we have to recognize why these things are happening so we can stop it. How about we stop bullying people so that way people will stop shooting up schools? How about we stop abusing people? How about we stop just doing all these terrible things to people so that way people don't feel the need to go and inflict harm onto others? Stop traumatizing people so that way they can stop traumatizing others. Hurt people hurt people. Like, so how about we stop hurting people so other people can stop hurting people? Blackberry the masses. Hi guys, my name is Bree. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna get back into the unpopular opinions. I did a little poll on my community tab and I asked you guys what you wanted to see for this week. I don't want to be repetitive with these, but they seem to be doing pretty well. And to be honest, I have a lot of unpopular opinions. I could sit here and talk for days about different concepts and things that I think. I am going to be doing my makeup again today, as always, because I feel like I should just be doing something while I'm talking instead of just sitting here yapping at the camera. So earlier today, my grandma was like, you got a package, and I was like, I'm not expecting anything, so I didn't really understand what I was getting. But I opened up my package and I got a little PR thing from Urban Decay. Y'all, this is my first like PR that I've gotten from like a known brand that I didn't know about. Like, I've had other brands reach out to me and ask me if they could send me products, but I've never like had a brand just like something just show up at my door and I didn't know it was coming. But I did sign up for this. I used Aspire IQ, that one website that a lot of influencers use, but it was like a few months ago, so I had totally forgot about it and I didn't know that they were going to send me anything. So here's the box. It's really cute. I'm actually probably gonna like keep this box. I'm not throwing this away. I'm probably gonna put some of my makeup in here because I have so much and nowhere to put it at. But you open the box and then it's just like says, do you have a big bush? I don't know how I feel about that statement, but so they gave me this brow blade pencil. God, this is why I'm selling this fucking camera. So this brow blade pencil, just like a regular brow pencil. I'm gonna use these today for the video just to see how I like them. And they gave me this brow gel, this slick brow gel in the shade Transparent. And they gave me this big brush brow in the shade, what is this? Dark Drapes. So yeah. The last thing they gave me was this fur oil. Ooh. I'm not really exactly sure what this is. So it says you can use it on your pubic hair, skin, and more. I'm guessing you can be like, it can be used all over your body. So it's this oil. It kind of smells like herbs. It's just like a whole bunch of different oils mixed together, and you can use it like after you shower. And I think they said you can use it on your face too because it's supposed to help shrink your pores. Probably try it once I get out the shower. Actually, I probably will try it later on today. So today I'm kind of wanting to use this Fenty skin tint because I got it in gratis at work, but I've never used it before, so I think I'm going to try it out today. Okay, I'm back. I just went off camera to do my eyeshadow real quick because my camera was about to die, so I just let it charge for a second. Anyways, getting into the actual start of the video. First unpopular opinion that I have for today. And today I feel like it's going to be more kind of based around the judicial system because there's just a lot of things that I just don't agree with within that system. The first unpopular opinion that I have is that opinions should not be based off of legality but morality. For me, I feel like if you decide on if something is wrong by if it's legal or not, I feel like that is a characteristic of someone who is just a bot, damn near an NPC, doesn't really know how to think for themselves. Of course, there are things that are illegal that I think should stay illegal. Basically, the law isn't always right. Just because it's something is illegal or something is legal does not necessarily mean that it's right or wrong. I don't think that stealing is always wrong in every situation. Yes, if you're just stealing just to be greedy, I think that is wrong, but imagine you're stealing because you're hungry and you literally don't have any money. It's hard out here. Like, sometimes you can't afford to do certain things. You might need to just steal something. Like, I understand that totally 100%. I don't think that stealing is always wrong. Just because it's against the law doesn't mean that it's wrong in every situation. Because remember, at one point in time, it was a law that you could lynch black people, people being able to own black people, being able to own slaves. So just because something is legal or illegal doesn't necessarily make it right or wrong. I think that you should take a look on your morals as a person. I wouldn't kill somebody because that's just something that I wouldn't do because of my morals, not because the law says not to. There are certain like states to this day where it is still legal for an adult to get married to a child, to a minor. Just because something is legal or not legal doesn't necessarily make it wrong or right. I think there's a lot of other things that can factor into that to determine that. Did I try this gloomy lotion today? I've only used it once. Is this silicone based? I just hate people that see something and automatically think just because it's against the law that it's automatically bad or that it's automatically wrong, and like you're not even looking at the situation and why it happened. For instance, Gypsy Rose, if you heard about her, which I'm pretty sure if you're on the internet you have heard about her release and getting out of prison. Basically, she was a person who decided to have someone come and kill her mother because her mother was extremely abusive to her. Her mother had a disorder which was called Munchausen syndrome by proxy, which caused her to believe that her daughter had all these illnesses that she didn't really have, and so she was on all these different medications that she didn't need to be on. She was getting all these different surgeries that she didn't really need to get. Mainly it was just for sympathy and for money. It's one of the main reasons why she was forcing her daughter to do all of these things, because she wanted attention and she wanted to gain money from people. So, you know, after 20 years of being medically abused and physically abused as well, Gypsy pretty much just like got tired of her mother, and she felt like there was no other way out to escape. She tried to run away. Her mom always found her, so she decided to have one of her boyfriend that she read online kill her mother. And of course, murder is wrong. You know, you shouldn't kill someone, but I feel like in her situation, we can excuse that just because of the fact of what her mother was doing to her. I've seen so many people in comments talking shit about her, saying how she manipulated somebody, saying how she needs to be in prison because she is a murderer. I just feel like if you automatically are just basing your entire like argument on illegal, bad, this is illegal so it's bad, like no matter what situation we're in, I feel like that's just so stupid, because obviously she was in a situation where her mother probably would have ended up killing her if she didn't kill her mother. Her mother was, like I said, extremely abusive and manipulative to not just her but everyone around her. She literally fooled everyone into thinking that her daughter was sick when she really wasn't. So I just feel like it's unfair to get mad at Gypsy when she's literally the victim in this situation. Though she may have lied to police at the beginning and, you know, manipulated people because her mother taught her that, I don't think that it's not possible for her to grow. I don't think that that automatically means that she's going to be exactly like her mother. The fact that she was able to escape from her, I feel like is a lot better for her, because now she can go get the help that she actually really needs, which is therapy. Deep, intensive therapy, okay? And that's really what I feel like a lot of people need, instead of just being thrown into jail, which kind of brings me to my next point. The jail system needs to be reformed, okay? I don't give a fuck. I think the jail system is such BS, because you're telling me that somebody commits a crime and then in response to that you're just going to throw them in a prison cell and treat them like an animal and make them feel like shit. 9 times out of 10 people commit crimes because they have other underlying issues going on in their life, whether they're depressed or they have anger issues or they have other different traumas that have affected them throughout their life. Fuck, I forgot to do my brows first. We're just gonna do the brows. We're gonna use this Urban Decay thing. It's really important to remember why she did these things and how messed up her mental health was in that time. I feel like it's really unfair for people to judge her for doing what she did in her situation. You would never know what you would do if you were in that situation. You don't know how you would react. You don't know anything because you weren't there. You did not live in her shoes. You did not go through what she went through, so you cannot tell her how to react or how to feel about the situation. Also, I'm kind of loving this brow gel. Like, it's actually holding my brows pretty well. When people commit heinous crimes like murder and things like that, I think that a lot of times these people grow up with a lot of childhood issues, like childhood trauma, maybe abusive, toxic parenting for parents or like households. And in no way, shape, or form am I saying that that excuses like a murder. Like, of course there are tons of people who grow up in toxic households but they don't go around murdering people. But I think it's really, really important to remember that everyone is their own fucking person. And this is another like opinion, I guess you can say, that I have. Stop getting mad when people are explaining to you why somebody did something. If we're telling you that somebody murdered someone because they had X mental illness, don't get mad and say, well, I had that happen to me, I had this mental illness, but I never murdered anyone. Babe, you are a totally different person. The only thing that you and that person have in common is that you are both have the same mental illness. You are not that person. You have not experienced what they've experienced. You have not gone through the exact same situations that they've gone through. Everyone processes trauma differently. Everybody goes through things differently. Just because you process your trauma a certain way does not mean that someone else is going to process it the exact same way. Unfortunately, there are people who do process their trauma in unhealthy ways, and that is by literally re-traumatizing other people. It's not a good way, it's not a healthy way, but unfortunately that is a way that some people do cope with their trauma, is by putting it onto other people. I don't automatically think just because somebody broke the law that they're a horrible person that needs to rot in jail for their whole life. 9 times out of 10 that person probably needs therapy. They probably need someone to talk to. They probably have deep-rooted trauma that they need to heal. Throwing somebody in jail behind some bars for 20 years like is not going to make them become a better person. That's why there are so many people that get out of jail and reoffend again, because at the end of the day it really has not much to do with putting them in jail. That's not really going to fix anything. That's just going to probably make them actually more crazy and depressed, and like whatever mental issues they had before, it's probably going to intensify after they go to jail, because jail is a terrible place to be at, I've heard. I don't believe in life in prison or the death penalty. Like, I feel like it's not anyone else's choice to decide if someone gets to die or not. Just because someone does something bad doesn't automatically mean that they deserve death. And to be honest, for me, I'm not religious, so I don't believe in like heaven and hell. So I just feel like when somebody like commits a crime and then they get the death penalty, I feel like they just got away with it. I believe in all different types of things like reincarnation or whatever. So I just feel like when you give somebody the death penalty, they don't even actually get to suffer, because if heaven and hell doesn't exist, what the fuck, what are they actually suffering from? I forgot to do my brows again. I'm talking so much that I'm like not really paying attention to what I'm doing. I don't know, just the way that the society works, like they automatically just think, well, if somebody does something illegal, they automatically just need to go to jail and rot in prison for the rest of their life, instead of actually getting the help that they need to get in order to heal and recover, and actually, like, if depending on what crime you do, actually be able to come back out into society. I don't think that if you throw somebody who has anger issues and someone who murdered somebody brutally in jail for 10 years, then when they get out they're gonna become a better person. I don't think that's how it works. I think that those people need intensive fucking therapy and rehab, and I think that's like probably one of the only ways to guarantee that things like that don't happen anymore. Also, I think another way to really like try to make sure that things like that don't happen again is by talking about it and understanding why they happened in the first place. Well, why did Nicolas Cage or Nicolas Cruz decide to shoot up that school? It wasn't just because one day he said, yeah, I'm gonna go shoot up a school. 9 times out of 10 it's because they went to that school and people bullied them. That doesn't give them a right to shoot people, but I'm just saying, like, we have to recognize why these things are happening so we can stop it. How about we stop bullying people, so that way people will stop shooting up schools? How about we stop abusing people? How about we stop just doing all these terrible things to people, so that way people don't feel the need to go and inflict harm onto others? Stop traumatizing people so that way they can stop traumatizing others. Hurt people hurt people. Like, so how about we stop hurting people so other people can stop hurting people? I feel like that's the most logical explanation. I'm not gonna lie, I really do like this brow thing. Like, it's actually good. Look at that, that's really good. Like, ignore all the fucking foundation on my face, but this brow thing is really good. And I feel like this might be a little bit of a controversial topic, and people can be sensitive to this, so if you're sensitive to like the Jeffrey Dahmer situation, you might not want to watch this part. But so I watched the little documentary, or not documentary, but the little series that they made about Jeffrey Dahmer. I only watched it because I watched it before, like literally as soon as it came out, and I didn't know that they didn't like tell the families about it or anything like that. If I would have known that before, I probably wouldn't have really watched it, but I didn't learn that till afterwards. And so I watched it, and I thought it was interesting to see like all the different parts of Jeffrey Dahmer's lives leading up to when he started to do what he did. And I think it's very, very, very important that we see things like that, because We saw how he was abused in his early childhood. We saw how his mother was addicted to pills when she was pregnant with him. We saw how he got bullied. We saw how his parents were toxic and in an abusive relationship, and how he was literally abandoned at the age of like 17. And like, none of that excuses the things that he did later on in his life. But I think it's just very important to see those things and acknowledge those things and understand that is why he did what he did. Because he had so many things happening to him. If his parents weren't abusive, if his parents acted like they cared about him, if he wasn't bullied, if his mom wasn't on pills when she was pregnant with him, if all those things never happened to him, I guarantee you he would not have turned out the way that he turned out. I don't think that people are just sociopaths just because. I think that they have things that make them become that way. And I think it's very important to realize and understand what makes them become that way. Because if we can understand how somebody becomes like this, then we can prevent it from happening again. Instead of getting mad at people for pointing out people's mental illnesses and saying, well, I had this mental illness and I never did that. Great, that's you. I'm glad you didn't do that. But not everybody is you. Not everybody experiences and processes trauma the same way that you do. Just because you didn't react that way doesn't mean that someone else is, I'm not going to say wrong because it is wrong, but that it doesn't make sense for someone else to act a different way, because everyone is different. No two people are going to process trauma the same. Everyone is different. Oh my god, have y'all heard about that little Epstein thing, the little Epstein list? I'm not 100% sure as to what it is, but I kind of have an idea of as to what it is, because y'all, if y'all know anything about me, I was just talking about this in my last video or one of my other videos. Can we please stop praising the celebrities? Like, stop acting like these celebrities can do no wrong. Stop acting like it's not possible for them to be horrible people. They are normal human beings just like us. They can be racist. They can be terrible people. Like, just because they have money and they're in the public eye and they do one good thing that makes them look good does not mean that they are a good person. I don't know why some people have such a hard time with, like, coming to terms with the fact that their favorite artist just might be a horrible person. Like, why is that so hard for you to accept? Why are you in denial of that? Like, you really don't know these people outside of social media and what they show you in the public eye, especially when there's other celebrities coming out telling you, hey, this person is a bad person. I don't know, just me personally, like, they probably have hung out at their house before. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have probably been in the same room as them, so they probably know what they're talking about. Versus me, who has never met them, how the fuck would I know? How would I know if Beyonce is a good person or not? I don't know who Beyonce is. But if there's somebody who does know who Beyonce is, somebody who has literally sat in the same room as her, and they're telling me that she's a bad person, I'm not going to necessarily 100% believe it, but I'm not going to just 100% debunk it either. That's just something I've never understood. Like, stop defending these people like you fucking know them. You don't. You don't know these people. At the end of the day, all these people care about is their money and their careers and their success. A lot of these people sell out for money. Celebrities are very performative. Remember that. They do things intentionally in the public eye on purpose. They literally have PR teams that tell them what to do and say in moments when they're about to get canceled, or like they tell them, hey, you should do this because it'll make you look good. Like, they literally have people that they hire to do that for them. So it's like, can we please stop acting like these people are perfect and that they can never do any wrong? Because I just don't understand that. Like, why are we just putting these people on a pedestal because of what we see of them on social media and what they put out of themselves? Of course they're going to put out something good of themselves. They're not going to tell everybody, hey, I'm in a sex trafficking ring. Like, who would do that? Let's be honest here. Nobody's going to fucking say that, come out and admit that. Like, no one's doing that. No one is going to do that. My next and last unpopular opinion that I'm going to do for this video is that low maintenance friendships are the best friendships. This probably definitely just has to do with, like, each individual person can have their own opinion about this, but just me personally, the way that I am, I've always been very introverted my entire life. Like, that's just how I've always been. I am a Capricorn, so it's like I can kind of adjust depending on who you are or where I'm at or the situation that I'm in. Sometimes I'll be a little bit more quiet. Sometimes I can be a little bit more outgoing, but for the most part, I'm usually a quiet person, and I don't really like talk that much to people, or it takes me a while to warm up to a lot of people. Don't get me wrong, you know, I have friends and I really do love my friends and I have great memories with them, but just the type of person that I am, I've recently, especially in these past few years, I've gone on a really like big like self-love journey, and throughout that journey I really had to learn how to love being by myself and love, like, and be okay with being alone. I do, you know, hang out with people still. I do talk to people still. Like, my boyfriend is probably the only person that I really talk to, like, every single day. But, like, I do really just find peace with being by myself, because I've been with myself for so long that I've literally just fallen in love with, like, being in the presence of my own space and, like, not having anyone else around me to bother me or mess up my energy. And that's just one of the most important things to me. You know, I just have a really small social battery. And also, just for me, like, with my friends that I have at this moment, I don't know, I don't have a lot of friends that I talk to about, like, everything in my life. The only person that I really talk to about everything is my boyfriend. Me and my friends don't really have that, like, deep of an emotional connection to where I kind of just, like, talk to them about anything. So for me personally, I just kind of have that emotional relationship with my boyfriend, because, you know, I mean, he's my boyfriend. Obviously we are going to be bonded and connected more emotionally than what me and my friends would be, because me and my friends don't really get into emotional stuff like that. So for me, just having time to myself to just, like, you know, film this YouTube video or, like, just sit in my room and scratch my ass all day. Like, even if I just want to sit in my room and scratch my ass and not do anything, and I just don't want to be bothered with anybody, like, I feel like that should be okay. You should not have to talk to your friends every fucking day in order for y'all to be friends, especially when you're getting older and, you know, you're starting to do more things with your life. You're not going to have as much time to hang out with your friends all the time, because you're probably going to be working or doing stuff to work towards your goals and things that you want to do as a person. Alright, y'all, well, I'm gonna go ahead and just conclude this video. I know it cut off kind of abruptly, but my camera keeps dying and it's just too much going on right now. So I'm gonna just do my mascara and be done with this shit. Using the Urban Decay Lash Perversion. I fucking love this mascara. I feel like I've already said that before. It's my favorite mascara ever. I never realized, like, how much Urban Decay products I actually own. So I'm really happy that they have sent me something in PR, because I actually really love that brand. Also, y'all, give me suggestions of what other videos y'all want me to do. Like, I don't want to get repetitive with these unpopular opinions, but I also don't want to put out stuff that nobody wants to watch. I'm just struggling myself with coming up with content ideas, so just let me know what y'all want to see, and I'm gonna try to make it happen. Here's the final look. I think it definitely ate. All I need to do now is my edges, but I'm not going to, because I'm not going anywhere. So I'm just gonna probably watch TV and fucking smoke weed with a full face of makeup on, and then watch Family Guy and go to sleep at my normal nighttime routine. Anyways, thank you guys for watching and listening to my unpopular opinions. If you guys have any opinions that you want to share in the comments, don't be afraid to go ahead and leave it below. We can have a discussion. I would love to talk about different topics. I'm very open-minded, and I won't get offended if you have a different opinion than me. So you can express that too, as long as it's not in a disrespectful way, because then you will actually be blocked
the fuck on, and now you're blocked.
You're blocked after that one. After that, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please make sure to go ahead and leave it a like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to go ahead and follow me on all my social medias and check out my podcast. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to have you tune in to the next one. Peace.